Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Math for me and you. Let's learn maths together. Hello dear friends, I am Sindhu Suresh. Today's video we are discussing exercise 3.6 question 2, sub questions 1, 2 and 3. Let's directly go to the questions. Formulate the following problems as a pair of equations and hence find their solutions. So we have to form the equations, after that solve them. Question 1 is Ritu can row downstream 20 km in 2 hours and upstream 4 km in 2 hours. Find her speed of rowing in still water and the speed of the current. That means here we have to find two things. What are they? Speed of rowing in still water and the speed of the current. So we can take these two as the variables x and y. So what we will take? Let the speed of her rowing in still water. That means let the speed in still water be x. And the second we can take as variable y. That means we take speed of the current. Current means water, flowing water, stream, current, flowing water, or having same meaning. Speed of the current dy. So we have taken x and y. Now we have to form the equations. Before that we need to look what is the meaning downstream and upstream. Just have a look about that. See, two pictures are here. Look at the first picture. Here we can see the boat moving in the same direction of the flow of water. That means this case is known as downstream. So what is downstream? The boat and the movement of water in the same direction. The boat moves in the same direction of the flow of water. So if the boat goes in a speed of x kilometer per hour and the speed of water is y kilometer per hour, then the boat gets extra speed of water as well because both moving in the same direction. So when we write about the downstream speed, we could write it is the speed of water and speed of boat together. So it is x plus y. Remember, if we get a question about downstream speed, we have to write x plus y. Now about the second picture, you can see the boat moves in the opposite direction of the flow of water. That means the boat experiences an opposite force. So the speed of the boat will be less. That means we have to subtract the speed of the water from the speed of boat because speed of boat is big number, larger number. So when we write about upstream means the opposite way of movement of boat. Upstream speed, then we can write it is x minus y. That means the force of the water we have to subtract from speed of the boat. For downstream speed, we need to write x minus y. Now look at this question. Here it is discussing about downstream. So what is its speed? X plus y. And you can see also the word upstream. Upstream means x minus y. And we have studied one thing, that the relation connecting speed, distance and time. What is that? Speed is equal to distance upon time. In this question it is given Ritu can row downstream 20 km in 2 hours. That means downstream speed, how much? X plus y is equal to, what is the distance? 20 by, what is the time? 2. 20 by 2 how much? 10. Here we get the first equation, x plus y equals 10. Then the upstream speed, that is x minus y, is equal to distance 4 and time 2. 4 over 2 equals how much? 2. Let it be equation number 2. We can solve these two equations by elimination or substitution. Easier is elimination. See here, y, it is plus y and minus y. If we add these two equations, that means 1 plus 2, we can eliminate y. Let's do that. What is equation number 1? X plus y equals 10. We are going to write that x plus y is equal to 10. Next, x minus y is equal to 2. Add these two equations. X plus x, that is 2x, plus y minus y cancels, equals 10 plus 2 is 12. 2x equals 12. X equals 12 over 2, that is equal to 6. Speed in still water is 6. Now we need to find what is y. How can we find? Substitute this value in any of the equation. I am substituting in equation number 1. What is equation number 1? X plus y is equal to 10. So we write 6 plus y equals 10. What about y? Y is equal to 10 minus 6. That is 4. That means the speed of the current is 4 kilometers and speed in still water is 6 kilometers per hour. Question 2. 2 women and 5 men can together finish an embroidery work in 4 days, while 3 women and 6 men can finish it in 3 days. Find the time taken by one woman alone to finish the work and also that taken by one man alone. Here we need to form two equations and solve them. And that means we need two variables. How can we find them? See the question, time taken by one woman. That means how many days needed for one woman. So that we take as x, and the time taken for one man, that means number of days needed for one man, that we take as y. See here the question asks us to find two things. So those two things we have taken as the variables x and y. What is the first thing? How many days or the time taken for one woman. So we take number of days taken by one woman. That we take as x, and we take this as x days. Number of days needed, x days. Then we write number of days taken by one man. That we take as y days. From here, we look in one day how much she can finish the work. She finishes the work in x days. So in one day, how much she could finish. This is very important. See, what we are going to do is in one day, how much she could finish. That means you can see the right side x days. So how to find for one day how much? This is one full work she completes in how many days? X days. So we write one work she needs x days to finish. And in one day, how much she could finish? We divide with x. So we get one day. See, whatever we do on the right side, we have to do it on the left side. That means how many work she is doing? Just one work. And we can divide with x, 1 over x. Or else I will show another example. If you have, just imagine 3 apples and it takes 2 days to complete or finish the apples. So how many days it takes? It takes 2 days to finish the apple. Then in one day, how much we could finish? That means in one day we could finish 1.5. That means 3 over 2. How we get? Total we look how many apples? 3. And how many days? 2 days. So in one day, total 3 apple over 2. Divide by 2. When we divide with the days, we get in one day how much we could finish the work or the number of apples, whatever it is. Here it is discussing about days and work. So in one day how much? 1 over x. 1 over x part of work could finish in one day. Same way we can write one day how much the work a man could finish. He could finish 1 over y. See, now we are writing in one day how much work a woman could finish, and one day how much work a man could finish. So work done by a woman in one day. X days, one full work. So in one day, it is 1 over x. The same way we can write work done by a man in one day. What you will write over there? We will write 1 over y, because he needs y days to finish the work. In one day, 1 over y. Now we can read the question. See, in the first sentence it is given 2 women and 5 men can together finish the embroidery work in 4 days. So we are going to write as an equation in one day how much work finish. So we are going to write that one woman finish 1 over x work. So 2 women means it is 2 times 1 over x. The same way we can write 5 men. How much work in one day? 5 times 1 over y. In one day, total 4 days, 2 women and 5 men. So in one day, it is 1 over 4. Here is our first equation and we have to arrange this. Multiply the brackets. 2 times 1 over x. It is 2 times 1 is 2 over x. Plus 5 times 1, 5 over y is equal to 1 over 4. We can write this as equation number 1. See, this is our first equation we are getting. Let it be equation number 1. The same way we can read the second sentence and form the second equation. It says 3 women and 6 men can work together to finish in 3 days. That means we can write 3 women, that is 3 times 1 over x, or it is 3 over x, plus 6 men, that means 6 over y, could finish in 3 days. So in one day how much? 1 over 3. Here our second equation we get. Equation number 1 and equation number 2. Look at the variables. They are in the denominator side. So we need to replace with different variables and reduce this equation to standard form of linear equations. So here we will take 1 over x as p and 1 over y as q. Then we will rearrange the equation to get pair of linear equations. So the first equation changes. See here, it is 2 times 1 over x, we could say. So it is 2p plus 5 times 1 over y becomes 5q is equal to 1 over 4. Just arrange a little bit. Here you can see the right side denominator 4. Throughout we are going to multiply with the 4 to cancel the right side denominator. Okay, we could start multiplying with the 2p. 4 times 2p, it's 8p. 4 times 5q, 20q is equal to 4 times 1 over 4. 4 and 4 cancel, we get 1. And this is a new equation. Let it be equation number 3. Now we can reduce the other equation, equation number 2. It is 3 times 1 over x, that means 3p, plus 6 times 1 over y, 6q is equal to 1 over 3. Throughout we multiply with what number? With 3. Then we can cancel the right side denominator. 3 times 3p is 9p, plus 3 times 6q, 18q is equal to the right side, 3 and 3 cancel, we get 1. This equation we could mark as equation number 4. And we can solve these two equations to get p and q. Either elimination or substitution method. I'm going to use elimination. That means I'm going to eliminate p. That means I need to get both the equations with the same coefficient for p. For that, the first equation, equation number 3, I will multiply with a 9. And 9 is the coefficient of p in equation number 4. And equation number 4, I will multiply throughout with 8. Because 8 is the coefficient of p in equation number 3. We multiply in opposite way. 9 times 8p, 72p plus 9 times 20q, 180q is equal to 9. And again we get a new equation. Let it be equation number 5. Equation number 4, we can multiply with 8. So we get 8 times 9, it is 72p plus 8 times 18. How much it is? 18 times 8, 8, 8, 64, 6 over there. 8 times 8 plus 6, 14. 144q is equal to 8 times 1, 8. Let it be equation number 6. See, we are going to eliminate p because the coefficients of p are same. And how can we eliminate? Subtract. 72 minus 72, it will cancel. So we subtract the equations. Equation number 5 minus 6. So equation number 6, each term we subtract means change their signs. Now 72 minus 72 cancel. 180 minus 144, 36q is equal to 9 minus 8, it is 1. Q equals 1 over 36. Now we can put this value in any of the equations, that is equation number 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. We can find what is P equals. I'm going to substitute in equation number 3 because comparatively a smaller equation, that's why. And what is equation number 3? 8p plus 20q equals 1. 8p plus 20, what is q? It is 1 over 36 is equal to 1. 20 and 36 we can cancel by 4. 4 times 5. So 5 in the numerator side. We are cancelling by 4. And then 4 times 9, 36. That means the fraction we get 5 by 9. From here we can find what is 8p equals. 8p is equal to 1 on the right side minus 5 by 9. We can take 9 common denominator and then we can find what is 1 minus 5 by 9 or 5 over 9. 1 I have changed as 9 by 9. Then we get same denominator. So 9 minus 5 is 4 by 9 we get. 8p equals 4 by 9. What is p? 4 by 9 and divide by 8. That means we can multiply with 1 over 8. 4 and 8 we could cancel. In the denominator side we get 2. P equals 1 over 9 times 2, that is 18. P and Q are ready. What is P? P is 1 over 18. What is Q? 1 over 36. But we need what is X and Y. We have taken 1 over X as P. Substitute for P. Then we get 1 over X equals 1 over 18. Take the reciprocal. What is X? X equals 18. The same way we can find Y. 1 over Y we have taken as Q, that is now 1 over 36. What is Y? It is the reciprocal we have taken on the left side. So the right side, when we take the reciprocal we get 36. So here we got the time needed for one woman alone to finish the work, that is 18 days, and the time needed for one man alone to finish the work, that is 36 days. Now the third question. Ruhi travels 300 km to her home partly by train and partly by bus. She takes 4 hours if she travels 60 km by train and the remaining by bus. If she travels 100 km by train and the remaining by bus, she takes 10 minutes longer. Find the speed of the train and the bus separately. So here we need two things, speed of the train and speed of the bus. So we take the speed of the train be x and the speed of the bus be y. And when we read the sentence, it's given Ruhi travels 300 km totally. And she takes 4 hours if she travels 60 km by train and the remaining by bus. Total 300 km. If she travels 60 km by train, how many kilometers are remaining? Then the balance is 240, because 60 plus 240 is 300, or 300 minus 60 is 240. We know the formula connecting distance, speed and time, that is distance by speed is equal to time. We can use this. So we get 60 km with the speed of x, that means 60 by x, plus 240 with the speed of y, that means 240 by y, is equal to total time taken is 4 hours, is equal to 4 hours. So 60 km by train and 240 km by bus. So here we get an equation and we could mark it as equation number 1. Next sentence if we read, it's given 100 km if she travels by train, that means 100 by x, plus the remaining distance, that is 200, with the bus it is 200 by y, is equal to 10 minutes longer. 10 minutes longer means before it was 4 hours, now 10 more minutes. 4 plus 10, it is minutes. How can we change as hours? Divide by 60, 10 by 60. We could cancel 0 from numerator and denominator. So we get 4 plus 1 over 6. How can we add this? Take 6 as common denominator. Then we get 25 over 6. How? 4 is a number with the denominator 1. If we want to add with 1 over 6, we will take with the 4 also same denominator 6. That means write 6 in the down denominator side, also write 6 in the numerator side. Multiply and divide with the 6. So 6 times 4, 24, plus 125 in the numerator and 6 in the denominator side. And this is equation number 2. See, x and y are in the denominator side. So we will reduce them to linear pair of equation by taking 1 over x as p and 1 over y as q. So the equation number 1 we could change. How can we change? 60 times 1 over x becomes 60p plus 240, what we will write, times q is equal to 4. And this equation is a new equation. We could mark as equation number 3. See, here I have to mark equation number 2. Okay. Now equation number 2, when we look, we can reduce the same way. 1 over x we will write as p. So it is 100 times p plus 1 over y becomes q. So it is 200 and q equals 25 over 6. The right side denominator 6 we can cancel. How? Throughout multiply with 6. We know that. Okay, let us multiply with 6. 6 times 100p, we get 600p plus 6 times 200, 1200, and then q is equal to 25 times 6 over 6. 6 and 6 cancel. It will be only 25. Equation number 4. We have to find the value of p and q. How can we do that? Using elimination or substitution? I am using elimination. If we multiply the first equation, that is equation number 3, with the 10, we get the coefficient of p is 600. That is the same coefficient in equation number 4. So we are going to do that. Equation number 3, we multiply throughout with 10. Just here multiply, it will be enough because we get same coefficient. So we get here 600p plus 240 times 10 is 2400 and q is equal to 4 times 10, 40. And this equation we could mark as equation number 5. And we are going to subtract equation number 4. 5 minus 4 because the coefficient of p is same now. So we could write equation number 4 just below equation number 5. 600p plus 1200q is equal to 25. And then we are going to subtract. Since we subtract equation number 4, the terms there, equation number 4 changes its signs. Now we can find the value. 600p minus 600p cancels. 2400 minus 1200, it is 1200q is equal to 40 minus 25, it is 15. What about q? 15 over 1200. See, we can cancel 15 and 1200. First I am going to cancel with 3. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 4, then 2 more zeros. Now again we can cancel 5 and 400. 5 times 1, 5, and 5 times 80, 400. So we get q as 1 over 80. We need to find p also. How can we find? Substitute in any of the equations, equation 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. I am substituting in equation number 3. 60p plus 240q equals 4. So here we change q with 1 over 80. 240 and 80 we could cancel with 80. That means we get in place of 240, it is 3. 3 8s are 24. 60p equals 4 minus 3. Move 3 to the right side. Then what is p? 4 minus 3 is 1. Then 1 over 60 we get. P equals 1 over 60. P and Q are ready here, but we need the value of x and y. How can we find? We have taken 1 over x as P and 1 over y as Q. So replace that or resubstitute. 1 over x is equal to P. What is P? It is 1 over 60. When we take the reciprocals on both sides, we get x is equal to 60. With the value of x, we can find what is y. But what is x? We have taken x as the speed of the train. Now we need to find the speed of the bus, that is y. 1 over y we have taken as q, and here q is 1 over 80. That means the speed of bus we can find by taking reciprocal on both sides. Y is equal to 80. So what is y? It is the speed of the bus. Hope you understand what we have practiced over here. If you like this video, please share and subscribe to my channel. See you with more useful videos. Thank you.